Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the complex language of corporate filings to find hidden gems and avoid financial landmines. Today we're diving into 60 Degrees Pharmaceuticals Inc. to see what secrets their latest report might be holding. Alright, let's get straight to it. This report comes out with a date of the 8th of January 2026. It's a Form 8K, which usually means something important and immediate happened. The company in question is 60 Degrees Pharmaceuticals Incorporated. They are incorporated in Delaware, have a commission file number of 001-41719, and an IRS employer identification number of 45 to 2,406,880. Address is 1025 Connecticut Avenue, NW Suite 1000. Washington, D.C. 20,036. Now this is where things start getting interesting for investors. We're looking at their common stock, which has a par value of $0.001 per S-share. This means for every share, its base value on paper is 1/10,000th of a dollar. A very small amount confirming it's not about the initial value, but the potential. They also have warrants. Think of these as options that give the holder the right to buy shares of the company's stock at a set price in the future. The symbol for these is SXTPW, and they are listed on the Nasdaq stock market LLC, just like their common stock, which is traded under the ticker SXTP. Here is a quick note on their status as a company. They are indeed an emerging growth company. This means they get to follow some special, less stringent accounting rules for a period of time. However, they have elected not to use the extended transition period for new or revised financial accounting standards. This tells us they want to be upfront and follow the latest rules, which can be a sign of strength and transparency. The main event, or at least the reason for this particular filing it seems, is under item 7.01, which is about Regulation FD disclosure. This regulation basically means that if a company releases material information to anyone, they need to make it available to everyone simultaneously. So, on the 8th of January, 60 Degrees Pharmaceuticals Inc., which they refer to as the company, put out an investor presentation. This presentation was connected to a webinar hosted by RedChip Companies Incorporated. What is in this presentation, you ask? Well, it's packed with updated information about their clinical development timelines and their regulatory strategy. For a pharmaceutical company, these are critical pieces of information. Clinical development means the stages of testing medicines to see if they are safe and effective. And regulatory strategy is their plan to get these medicines approved by governing bodies. This tells us they are actively working on advancing their drug pipeline and figuring out how to get them to market. They've included this investor presentation as Exhibit 99.1. This is essentially an attachment to this official report. Now, here is a legal bit that's important to understand. They're calling this information furnished, not filed. This means it is for public information but doesn't carry the same legal weight as if it were formally filed under certain sections of securities laws. It is a way to share information without creating specific liabilities that come with a formal filing. Think of it as public updates, and because they are talking about future plans and expectations, the presentation contains forward-looking statements. These are statements about what the company hopes to achieve in the future. They come with a disclaimer, as is standard, saying that actual results could be different due to risks and uncertainties. This is a crucial reminder that the future is not set in stone. Finally, we wrap up with item 9.01, which is about financial statements and exhibits. Here they list what is attached. We have exhibit 99.1. The investor presentation from the 8th of January 2026, as we mentioned. And then there is Exhibit 104, which is the cover page interactive data file. This is part of a system called XBRL, which stands for Extensible Business Reporting Language. It is basically a way to tag and organize financial data, so computers can read and analyze it more easily. Think of it as making financial reports machine readable. The report is signed by Jeffrey Dow, who holds the titles of Chief Executive Officer and President. This adds a layer of official confirmation to the report. So what does this all mean? This filing is primarily an announcement that 60 Degrees Pharmaceuticals Incorporated has shared an investor presentation. The core of the filing points to new updates on their drug development and how they plan to navigate the regulatory landscape. For investors, this is the signal to go find that presentation and see exactly what those timelines and strategies are. It is not a financial report that details past performance with numbers, but rather a look at the company's future direction and plans. The fact that they are providing this information publicly through RedChip Companies Incorporated suggests they are actively engaging with the investment community and looking to communicate their progress. The mention of clinical development timelines and regulatory strategy is key. Investors will want to dig into these details to understand the potential value and risks associated with their drug pipeline. The fact that they are an emerging growth company and choosing to adopt new accounting standards promptly is a positive note for transparency. In essence, this 8K is a signpost, directing interested parties to a more detailed communication about the company's forward-looking plans in the competitive and high-stakes pharmaceutical industry. Alright, that is our breakdown of 60 Degrees Pharmaceuticals Inc.'s latest filing. What is your take on these updates and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.